Hey peeps, I have always loved jewelry, and that is why I'm so excited about my brand new sponsor, Katie Waltman Jewelry. Yes, just gorgeous pieces. In fact, you can find, well, earrings like this. I'm going to get in real close. Take a look. Aren't they pretty? I love these. These are called the Opal Star Huggies, and these are just one of many items you can find at katiewaltman.com. She offers beautiful necklaces, those stackable rings, and what I love about these earrings is they go with anything. I mean, opals do. I'm wearing them now with a jean jacket, and you can dress these up, but there's a huge selection. And just for my viewers and listeners of Life Unscripted, you get a 20% off discount off of any of the items. And by the way, it runs out on September 30th. So once again, if you use the promo code LifeUnscripted at katiewaltman.com, you'll find those gorgeous pieces of jewelry, and you can dress up your outfit like these. I'm having one of those days where I just don't want to get out of bed. And I blame my Cozy Earth pajamas. They are so soft and buttery. They're made of bamboo. I love bamboo. I have this stretchy pajama set in the brook color. Plus my jammies are stretchy so I can dance in them. Along with the cushy ankle sock, which hug my feet perfectly. Also, Cozy Earth was on Oprah's list of favorite things for 7 straight years. Plus, they have bamboo bedding, and the sheets get softer with each wash. And you can have this exclusive discount, 41% off, if you use my promo code. Go to CozyEarth.com and use the promo code LifeUnscripted for 41% off. Any product. This is a fantastic offer. Cozy Earth products are great gifts, or if you just want them for yourself, get cozy with Cozy Earth. I'm going back to bed. Millions of low-income Americans are dealing with fear and anxiety of losing their SNAP benefits, which provide a lifeline in a time of crisis. The Trump administration has put people who receive those federal dollars for food on a roller coaster ride with no seatbelt. Well, joining me on this episode of Life Unscripted is Colleena Carlisle. She is the executive director of Dakota Woodlands, and this is a shelter for people experiencing homelessness, and it is located in Dakota County. And we had a chance to meet recently. I emceed your fundraiser, yes. And it was so nice meeting you, and I learned a lot about, for instance, what's happening at this homeless shelter and also in Eagan. Now, I know a lot of the news that we cover has been about homelessness in the city areas. However, Eagan, just to kind of get, set up a little idea of the city of Eagan, it sits just outside of Minneapolis and St. Paul. It's got rolling hills, there are lakes, there's a large regional park, a water park. I also learned that happens to be the onion capital of the world. I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
There's a large farming industry. I mean, I learned so much. And it's beautiful. It's close to the Mall of America. So it's really just sitting outside of the metro area. But certainly things are getting worse. So now that we know a little bit about Eagan, and let's talk about the people of Dakota County that you have been helping, that you serve. Who are they? How did they come to the shelter in the first place?
Yeah, so at Dakota Woodlands, we've been around since 1981, so about 45 years of service. We didn't actually move to Dakota County until about 1991. Well, technically, we were kind of still in the Dakota County area, but the location that we're in now, we didn't move there until the 90s. And so what we do at Dakota Woodlands is we serve the clients of Dakota County, specifically the families who are experiencing homelessness. And so we work in partnership with the Dakota County Supportive Housing Unit. They do all of the coordinated entry and access points for us to take the clients in, and then we work with them to shelter, to provide basic shelter, also supportive services to the clients. Another thing, we do work with rapid rehousing, and they're more on the opposite end. So Dakota County is on the beginning. They're more on the end version, where they're helping clients while they're in housing now, once they've moved into permanent housing, to just continue to get those resources and services that they need to sustain.
Give us, if you can, maybe an example of a family that you have helped who, really were just kind of, I guess, when I say living a normal life, they had jobs, and then all of a sudden they found themselves without a place to live. Just if you can help people understand that, because I know that, a lot of people are just a paycheck away from potentially being, without a home.
I can share several stories. There's several reasons why people come to shelter. There's no specific reason. People who are experiencing homelessness, families who are experiencing homelessness, homelessness is not necessarily the root cause. It's a symptom of something that happened. And so we've had families who've come due to job loss, right? We have 2-parent households. One partner lost their job, and so they ended up in shelter. We've had families who are still making a significant amount of income, but because one lost the income or they had a high mortgage, I mean, you're living in the suburbs, sometimes that can lead to an eviction. Something that I did recently found out when I was meeting with Dakota County is that Dakota County is actually leading in evictions that are being filed this year so far. And so I know we hope that a lot of those evictions will stop in the court, but a lot won't, and we might end up seeing those families enter shelter or enter hotel. And so we have families like that. We also have families who come to Dakota Woodlands. We've had one specific client this year who was fleeing domestic violence. She was brutally beaten to the point that now she is legally blind. She's unable to see. And so we took her in. We worked with her to get resources connected to nursing assistance when she's in permanent housing. We worked with her on connecting with organizations like 360 Communities to get a DENCO, get order of protections, to be able to get a safe at home address, and just continue to provide that mental health support as well. And so clients come for all different reasons, whether it's substance abuse or use. It could be just a mental health crisis. Somebody goes through a grief, goes through a loss in their life, and then it takes a toll on them. And so they end up, maybe neglecting some things in life and end up in that position.
Are you any curious like me? Kenjo non-alcoholic cocktails by RSRV Collective are ready to drink, and they're made with premium botanicals, natural citrus, and spices. These drinks are inspired by classic cocktails like a gin and tonic and an old-fashioned. The Rosata combines sweet cherry with a sharp ginger finish. The Amari channels kind of an Italian aperitif. Doesn't that sound good? The cocktails were recognized by BevNet as a Best of 2023 non-alcoholic beverage. And you can get 30% off when you use my promo code Life Unscripted. Find them at rsrvcollective.com. Cheers! The SNAP benefit situation has been a roller coaster. And this is money coming from the federal government and that people rely on for food.
Yes.
It was, available to them, and then it wasn't. And now depending upon maybe which state you're in, it feels like it's been changing. And at least at this moment, some people in Minnesota have received their SNAP benefits. But I would imagine since this whole spiral downward started happening, that you are seeing, increased anxiety?
Definitely an increase in anxiety, the fear of uncertainty, right? Our clients are at shelter. They already have uncertainty around housing. Are they going to get permanent housing? Are they going to be stable? Not only that, all of our clients are parents, and then they're looking out for their children, right? And so that uncertainty on top of not knowing if they're going to have housing, but food. Right, we do provide meals at shelter, but some of our clients also have special dietary needs and things like that, and they enjoy being able to buy those things for their family or buy things for their children that we don't provide at shelter. And so that creates a lot of fear and uncertainty. I mean, I'm extremely grateful to hear that the SNAP program is fully funded for November. But again, with everything up in the air, there's still that uncertainty and how that'll play out.
Yeah, I mean, for SNAP benefits, there can be a very small amount of money.
Yeah.
And the fact that people have to stretch that out is, especially you said you provide shelter for families.
Yes.
And children. And describe, if you can, the facility. What
people get? And for instance, when you offer this shelter to them, what do they have?
Yeah. So at the core of our program is shelter, right? So we're providing them with safe place to sleep. We're giving them beds. We're providing them with food, 3 meals a day, snacks as well. We're giving them toiletries, things that they need to freshen up, access to laundry, access to just different items that are above just the basic needs, right? Maybe toys and gifts and stuff for their kids as well. But we go beyond shelter as well at the facility, and we provide supportive services. So then every day every week there's some type of program or service that's also being offered.
Like if someone, for instance, is without a job, that you might help people along that process in finding employment?
Yep, we got a computer lab at the shelter, and so we have someone who will come in and they'll do job skill classes, whether it's a basic, like how do we send emails or how do we, do certain skills that are needed for a certain trade or a certain job. We have people that will come out with from the community and teach those classes. We'll also do some of that work in-house as well. We have mental health counselor that comes out every week. She meets with clients. She's wonderful. And we also do a lot of things with the children. So we have kids there consistently. So right now that is school, we're doing tutoring. We're also doing reading clubs and different things like that as well. We do field trips. The best one and the funnest one that we had this year was we went to the Vikings training camp. So that was awesome and exciting for the kids to be able to experience.
And they've been a big supporter of the shelter. I know that when this fundraiser, Huddle for Hope.
Yes.
that was really, it was a great event, and I met some wonderful people there. But they have been a supporter because also in Eagan is the Vikings facility, correct?
Yes.
Their training facility.
Yep, and we're trying to deepen that partnership. I mean, that was one of my goals this year. Because Dakota Woodlands is in the suburbs, it's a hidden gem, right? And a lot of people don't know that homelessness exists in the suburbs because it doesn't look as similar at times to what it looks like in the cities. In the cities, you can sometimes see them. They're visible, right? Whereas in Dakota County, they're usually couch hopping or they're able to sleep in a car. A lot of them were sleeping in cars or were able to afford hotels here and there. So still exists, but in a different light, in a different way. And so one of my goals this year is just to bring that out, right? Bring visibility to what that homelessness looks like and bring visibility to Dakota Woodlands and deepen those relationships with our community so they can, provide support.
And your ultimate goal is for them to, get permanent housing.
Oh, yes. We served about 214 individuals last year in shelters. This year, we've already hit 200, and that was from numbers pulled up until September. So I know we're going to surpass that number when it comes to the end of year.
Wow.
These are so refreshing. I want to tell you about my new sponsor. You can probably guess right here. These are Aspire Healthy Energy Drinks. And what I love about these is they are half of the caffeine as most energy drinks. They're 0 sugar and they have delicious flavors like raspberry acai. And this is mango lemonade, which is perfect on a hot and steamy summer day like it is today. And the best part, listeners of my podcast get 20% off of any of the products. So you can buy them at aspiredrinks.com. Don't forget to use the promo code Life Unscripted. That gives you 20% off. And this is an exclusive offer. So these are kind of green tea powered energy drinks. And I love them. And they give me a little lift in the afternoon without the crash. So cheers to Aspire.
There is a perception of people who end up with, different scenarios, a perception problem that this is a problem that, we want to solve. And right now it is getting increasingly more difficult. And the lack of federal support in a lot of cases, because I know that, so some of the funding and the money, for instance, that we raised that evening didn't cover, all the costs.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, not at all. So, how do you make that? Because I'm sure that you're also feeling the pinch too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We're definitely feeling the pinch. With everything, tariffs, things, we're
Right.
We fully fund our clients. And so we're paying for their food, we're paying for their room and board, we're pretty much paying for their mortgage and all those things that are needed for stable living. And so our expenses are going up, so we feel that expense. We feel the uptick of serving more clients as well. Not only that, Dakota County feels that uptick. I didn't say this earlier, but we also do have a waiting list that exists in Dakota County, and Dakota, the supportive housing unit, they manage that wait list, and we have about 20 families, not individuals, but families who are on that list and who are in hotel waiting for entry into the shelter.
And do you help provide, helping pay for instance, a hotel room, or because that's that middle ground, right, between losing their home, and the idea is, you can't serve everybody now, and the numbers are growing, so you try to find some way to supplement.
Yeah.
Their living expenses.
That was actually a county expense to house them in hotel, and they actually had to slash that this year. So we had, in the beginning of the year, I would say up until about August, 47 families on that wait list, right?
That's a lot.
A lot. But they had to slash that. They had to remove from that list those who were able to stay at a friend's house or a family's house here or there. And so they adopted the HUD definition of like literal homeless. So you need to be literally on the street, literally in a car in an unsafe environment. And so there's still families out there that are needing housing, that are needing our support, but we're unable to serve them due to the costs associated. I know when I spoke with the county, it could be anywhere from $3,000, $4,000 plus to house one family a month in hotel. Mm-hmm.
And you get to know these families, and I know that you on the side, shall we say, you help a lot of women who have experienced domestic violence, and you have helped them in that is a difficult thing for women to experience, and especially when you've got children involved.
Yes.
And how when they come to the shelter, where are they at mentally? I would assume that they are traumatized.
Yeah. No client is the same. Everyone comes with a different perspective, story, outlook, and how they're experiencing their trauma or what they went through. And so, a lot of them can come fearful that they may be found, that their abuser might locate them and have access to them or access to their children, right? We do a lot of support with clients in custody, trying to help them, navigate the court system and different things like that when it comes to having children that have been exposed to abuse, and having to, go back and forth with their abuser in the court system. And so it's important when I think about the shelter, and one thing that I've implemented this year with our team is having a trauma-informed environment, an environment that understands abuse and how we should respond to that so we don't re-traumatize our clients when they're at shelter. And so for a simple change was, instead of saying rules and being very strict, it's like, let's move into guidelines, right? These are shelter guidelines, and, allowing them also to have a safe space where they can express themselves, and that we're not having certain policies or things in place that will kind of re-traumatize and cause them to feel like they're being controlled or told what to do again. And so also our staff being aware of their own biases and knowing how to show up, like certain behaviors that our clients may exhibit, you might say, oh, well, why is this person so angry? Why is this person throwing a fit? Or why did they take this personal? And it's like, well, something that's happened, right? There's some trauma that's stored within them that is maybe displaced or maybe coming out in this moment. And it's our job to respond in a way that's healthy and understanding, but not from a place of judgment.
I have always been a fan of Indian food. From the very first bite, I was hooked. The Cumin Club offers up authentic Indian food you prepare at home. If you've got 5 minutes. That's how long they take to prepare. 5-minute meal kits that offer the flavors of India that are healthy and preservative-free, real vegetables, lentils, and grains. Like tikka masala,
the Cumin Club's korma sauce. Oh, this is a yummy mixture of coconut milk and cardamom. Spice level up to you. Delivered to your door, and spice up your dinner routine by using my promo code Life Unscripted, and you get 30% off any purchase at the Cumin Club. How did you come to be in this position as the executive director? But obviously, you're very connected to women who have been abused and helping them. Mm-hmm. And so now here you're the executive director. You're seeing the needs change and probably get more serious. Mm-hmm. What called you? Why did you decide to be the person that who's now this? I mean, you're really doing great work at this shelter. I'm assuming you get a lot inside.
Yeah, I do. I mean, give or take. Some days it's like, oh my gosh, like sad, like what just happened, especially when you're hearing your client stories. But then sometimes it's really, really, really rewarding to hear those success stories. But I would say faith. God drew me to this position because I never thought I was going to be in the field of homelessness. I have a passion for causes and serving, and I've been in the nonprofit sector for a very, very long time. But I definitely feel like this just aligned right with me, and I'm extremely grateful because it's fulfilling. And I'm grateful to be at Dakota Woodlands because there's so much opportunity there and so much more that can be done to support our families in Dakota County and suburban areas. So I'm grateful to be there and be a part of that mission, that cause.
So you mentioned that some of those days they're tough. So
the
bad days, like the very worst day and then the very best day. I would think the best day is when people land on their feet or you're able to find them some permanent housing.
Yeah, that's the best.
The success stories.
That's the success story. Or just to watch someone maybe go from crisis to feeling like they can actually achieve something now and they feel like they're no longer in that survival mode, but in a mode of like, I'm actually making steps to greatness, to my future, to my children's future. It's also nice to see children, smiling and feeling stable and feeling safe. And it's actually heartbreaking too sometimes when they leave. But we want them to leave because shelter is not healthy for anyone to stay at long term. But it's really fulfilling. One thing that I encouraged our staff and what I want to do this year is a follow-up program, being in connection with our clients even after they leave shelter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we can continue to support them and continue to be a resource for them because they still need it. And those connections are extremely meaningful that we make. And I just want to continue to let them know that we're still here.
Now, if people would like to donate to Dakota Woodlands, I think that it's important. It's a beautiful, wonderful space. Tell people how they can do that.
Yeah, they can visit our website at dakotawoodlands.org/donate and make a donation. It could be a one-time donation. It can be a monthly donation. People can also get involved by volunteering as well. We have several projects at the shelter, whether it's admin, whether it's doing a class for some of our clients. We're open to it, and we invite groups, individuals in as well. And just know when you're donating and at the shelter, it's going to shelter needs, it's going to food, it's going to beds, it's going to basic supplies, it's going to our programs and services. It's doing a lot. And so whatever you give or whatever is put on your heart, we are extremely grateful.
Well, you're doing great work, and it was a pleasure to MC the event, but also, more importantly, to get to know the people, including yourself, that are working so hard to help people in, really a time of crisis, offering them a shelter, and the most important thing, hope.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you for emceeing for us this year as well. It was a great event, and we're thankful for the turnout. We did meet our goal, and I'm excited to share that news pretty soon.
All right. Well, we're going to be sure to put that out there when you have the numbers in. So.
Yeah, I will.
All right, Colleena, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks so much for coming on Life Unscripted.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks so much for subscribing to Life Unscripted. Remember, when you purchase any item from my deals page, I get paid and you support my podcast. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.